Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to work into the tissues of your glutes or your bum cheeks. These are the biggest muscles in your body and they're super important pretty much to everything that you do regarding posture, movement and exercise. If there's something not quite right with your glutes, you'll find that it will translate all into your back, your legs, your knees, everything. So it's really important that we do look after these. I'm going to show you first of all how to use the foam roller to deal with any sort of tension in your glutes, and then after that we're going to go into the tennis ball trigger point therapy. Okay, so this is good even if you want to go straight to the tennis ball, maybe use the foam roller to get the tissues warmed up. So take a seat on the roller itself. If you want to work the right bum cheek and cross the right leg over the top of your opposite knee, and then just shuffle yourself across to your weight is focused down into that one bum cheek. As usual, you want to be working up towards the heart, so start on the underside, maybe the bone of your bum. Okay, and then from there you're going to roll down. Now because this is a bigger muscle, I would really recommend rolling around, roll side to side, and really explore the tissue for those adhesion points. Now, everybody is totally different when it comes to this. You may find you're really comfortable on the blue roller and nothing much comes up. If you suffer from sciatica, as you go past the bum bone and come down to a little bit more, you may find you get a little bit of a tingle or a little bit of a sharp sort of hot spot coming up. Okay, that's often your piriformis muscle, so it's a little muscle that kind of crosses across the sciatic nerve, and when it gets tight, it starts to grab that nerve and it can cause sciatic pain. So really important that you do try and release that. Not only that, but if it is tight, you'll really struggle to cross your legs over and get this sort of external rotation going on. So really important we alleviate that. You're going to keep going, and the same as with the other foam roller movements or exercises. When you do find a hot spot, you want to hold it there for 30 to 60 seconds. Just try and breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Melt onto the roller, just allow it to do its job. You want it to drop from maybe a 7, 8 or 9 out of 10, drop it right down to a 3 or 4 out of 10 on the pain scale. Okay, so you want it to become easier. You're going to hold it nice and still, like I say, and just let the roller do its job. Just keep going, just find your own space, or find your own spots. Okay. Often find as I get to the top of the muscle, it actually works better to lengthen the leg out and then roll right onto your hip. You've got the arch of your glute here, and that's a prime spot, little arch, for little trigger points. So if you can get in there, and again either roll forward or just come back just a little, you may find that you've got a little cluster of them in there. And once you found them again, same procedure, just relax, breathe, sink onto the roller, hold it there. Okay. If you want to work deeper, like I say, because it is quite a big muscle, you might need a little bit of extra pressure. This is where this tennis ball comes in. Okay, now if you're feeling a bit hardcore, you can go harder. I recommend starting with one of these. But you can always go on to a solid rubber, like a pet ball, like a dog ball, or you can get a cricket ball or a baseball, like the wooden, really hard ones if you want to go for it. But if you're just starting, I really would recommend a soft tennis ball. Okay, coming onto your side into a plank position, you want to lift up and just place the ball. I would start on your hip here. Okay, so you've got like a little fleshy bit just behind your pelvic bone here. Okay, so you want to go just underneath and try and relax onto it. Okay, if your hips are okay and you don't really suffer from tight hips, then perhaps roll around that arch we're talking about and come around a little bit more onto the main body of your bum muscle, your glute muscle. And again, it really doesn't matter how you find the hot spots, but when you do find them, you'll know. It's quite a tender sensation. And again, you want to try and relax, feel the tennis ball just sinking into the tissue and just pushing out those adhesions, those points of tension. And hold it there for 30 to 60 seconds. And then when you feel that it's dropping down, you've held it there for that period of time, you can continue rolling it around, come right round to the back, perhaps back to that sciatic sort of area, that piriformis muscle. And there you go, when you find one, just try and sink onto it. Excellent. that's your hips, guys. Be gentle with them. If you do suffer with tight hips, this could be quite a tender one for you, so take your time, work within your limits, and just gently work on reconditioning those tissues. Again, if you've got any problems or questions, feel free to email us and I'll be happy to